Ooh, Dynamax Ho-Oh is coming to Pokemon Go. Question is, how do we take it down? And also, question is it worth to actually go after Dynamax Ho-Oh? Well, today I'll answer those few questions as I've got some tips to share with you guys on top of telling you guys whether is it worth to go after or not. Alright, so hi to all of you guys. So yes, let me go to bring my screen up and show you guys under, not League Duck, but instead PokemonGoHub.net. For those of you who have never checked out this website before, it's actually a pretty useful website, especially with good articles written by many of the Go Hub authors. So two particular articles that we'll be going through today. One is how to beat Dynamax Ho-Oh in Pokemon Go, best counters and teams. Alright, so you guys can see that the Dynamax Ho-Oh will be available over the weekend on the 31st of January and the 1st of February, which also happens to be the Vulpix Community Day. Alright, Brian Sense and I, we will still be here in Dubai, and then we'll be playing it with the community in the area. My nose is very itchy for some good reason. Yeah, okay, but it's okay right now, hopefully. Alright, but Dynamax Ho-Oh is a tier 5 max battle. I'm not going to read through everything, but I'm just going to give you guys like a quick update in terms of how we can battle it. So remember, it's a Dynamax battle, not a Gigantamax battle, which means you can only go in with 4 people and it costs 800 MP to battle max particles to battle because it's a legendary Pokemon. Alright, so the Handu CP they're looking for is 2207. Best counters to use. Best recommended team would be Dynamax Latias with Dragon Breath, Blissey with Dynamax Blissey with Pound, the fast move, and Gigalith with Max Rock 4, meaning the fast move having Smackdown. So there are reasons for that. First of all, Dynamax Gigalith is the best attacker for Ho-Oh. As of now, it is literally number 1 rock type attacker, even ahead of Omastar with Rock Throw. It's really a number 1 right now, but in the future it's not going to be number 1. In fact, it's not going to be number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, but it's going to be at number 10 eventually if we were to account for every single Dynamax and Gigantamax rock type Pokemon that will be coming to the game. So number 1 is actually Dynamax Rampados, which is, if I remember correctly, is 31% stronger than the Gigalith, but right now this is what we have. So if you have gotten yourself a Hundo, Rogue and Lola, you want to invest in it to power up the level 40 or even to 50, go ahead. I will do it if I have it. Unfortunately, I don't have that, so I gotta think of another option, which I'll share with you guys few other options later on. So next thing is, if you see the line over there, the dot, the pointer over there, Latias is your best option as a defender for Ho-Oh, backed up by Blissey as your healer. That will work very well. There's a reason for that, which I'll share with you guys in a bit. Okay, so let's go to scroll down to see here. The best attackers for Dynamax Ho-Oh is on the left side first. Gigalith with Max Rock 4, Omastar with Max Rock 4, basically having Rock Throw as the fast move, which you have to use an elite fast TM to get. Alright, which is very unfortunate. Gigantamax Toxtricity, alright, with G-Max Stun Shock. Alright, that one you cannot change because it's a Gigantamax. Whereas for Gigantamax Inteleon also is for G-Max the Hydro Snipe, which is also you cannot change. Even if you have a non-water type fast move, it will still have that G-Max move. Gigantamax Kingler, and the next one is Dynamax Inteleon with Max Geyser, which you need to have Water Gun on it. So I would say that if you have Gigalith, definitely use that. If you have Omastar and you have already invested in it, definitely use that. If you have a Gigantamax Toxtricity or Gigantamax Inteleon, both damage are almost the same. Alright, you can use either of those, but if you don't have any of those, then you're going to use any water or any rock or any electric. Alright, those are your options to use against a Ho-Oh, because Ho-Oh is basically weak to either of those typings. Rock will be best because it's double weak to that. Unfortunately, we have not gotten Tyranitar yet, Navita yet, but that will be one of the top tier rock type attacker. Still not gonna beat Rampados, Dynamax Rampados at all, so that will be number 1. Okay, next one will be best defender for Dynamax Ho-Oh. So number 1 is Latias, second is Dynamax Latios with Dragon Breath, third is Drampa with Dragon Breath, and Charizard with Dragon Breath, Dynamax Suicune with Water Gun, and Crown Form Zamazenta with Metal Claw. So the reason why you want to use Dragon Breath, alright, instead of using Zen Headbutt or in fact the other moves that the other Pokemon has, is because Dragon Breath charges up your energy very quickly. It is a 0.5 seconds move. Basically, you can keep on using it over and over again, and you charge up your energy very quickly, and hence why these are the best defenders. And Latias and Latios, they actually resist 2 of the moves from the Ho-Oh, which are Fire Blast, and also Solar Beam. Alright, Drampa also resists because of its dragon typing, normal dragon. Charizard also resists the fire and also double resist Solar Beam, which is great. But damage wise, Latias and Latios definitely will be higher. And as for the other move that Ho-Oh has, the other move would actually be quite interesting, which I'll show you guys in a bit right here, right now. It has Brave Bird, which Brave Bird would do neutral damage to Blissey, to Latias, to Latios also. Best healers will be Blissey, obviously, Gigantamax, Snorlax, Vaporeon, Will-Lord, Lapras, and then Eternatus. Those are the ones that you can use your Max Spirit to actually heal your Pokemon and your teammates' Pokemon too. Alright, so those are the recommended things that's recommended by GoHub.net. So the fast move is Steel Wing and whatsoever. We don't need to care about the fast move. You need to look at the charge move. It has Brave Bird, Fire Blast, Solar Beam. Earthquake, Sacred Fire, those two wouldn't be available. Alright, but we have to take note that the Brave Bird, Fire Blast, and Solar Beam, literally they will do resisted or neutral damage to Blissey or Latias or Latios. If you were to use Zamazenta, you get neutral damage from Brave Bird, super effective from Fire Blast, and then Solar Beam will be resisted. So definitely that's something to take into consideration. But remember, Crown Form Zamazenta, if you have the max guard unlocked, you will have a shield given to you. But getting hit super effective from Fire Blast, that's gonna hurt. Right, so level 5 bosses use 2 charge moves from their max pool, which can include the legacy move. Okay, one attack will damage all Pokemon, and the other one will also target only one. So, but the Earthquake and also the Sacred Fire, those will be neutral or also resisted by Latias and Latios. Alright, so the shiny will be available, and those are the ones that I think all the information that I would like to share with you guys for now. Alright, GoHub has come out with a very good article for this, but there's one more article that is even better, which is Dynamax Ho-Oh worth 8 in Pokemon GO, the full meta analysis. Oh, by the way, shout out to the author, the Theo Vokat. Okay, and also shout out to the next author, Sora Ling, my friend, who's usually on stream also. Alright, he actually wrote this article whether Dynamax Ho-Oh is worth 8 and a full meta analysis and ranking. So this is very important. Okay, check it out. So it says that this particular Pokemon, alright, is one of the most iconic legendary Pokemon, arrives in the Sky High Expectation, and this is how future-proof it is as both a supporter and an attacker. So as more Pokemon gain access to max form. Okay, this is the current meta that we are talking about here. So on paper, Dynamax Ho-Oh looks like a formidable tanking support, numerically speaking, alright. And it is a fire and flying typing Pokemon, which gives it quite a good number of resistance, especially being double resisted to grass and also to bug. Alright, so that's something to take into consideration. So the good thing is, you know, like it is number 1 support versus grass, both in the current max meta and even in the fully expanded future where every Pokemon has its max form. And it's also number 1 support versus fairy. Okay, that I didn't know, but very interesting. But still on an impressive number 6 across the entire Pokédex in the future. But right now it's number 1 against the fairy as a defender, which is pretty insane if you ask me. Yeah, so furthermore it has Steel Wing, right? Yeah, it has Steel Wing also. But there's a few problems with it though. Alright, so number 2 as a bug type and also top 5 supports against Steel, Fire, Ground, and Fighting. Alright, what the problem is over here is that Ho-Oh lacks the 0.5 second fast move, which basically what Dynamax Lugia has. Like Dynamax Lugia, you know, has Dragon Tail, has Extra Sensory, but it doesn't have like Dragon Breath, which is a 0.5 second fast move. And as a defender, as one that is trying to generate energy quickly to use the Dynamax, to get into the Dynamax phase, is very important. Alright, so in the current max content, the single most important mechanic for support is the charge max meter, which help to push the team to max phase as quickly as possible. The current top tier supports are Crown Form Zamazenta, Crown Form Zacian, because both have Metal Claw, Dynamax Blissey with Pound, Dynamax Latias with Dragon Breath. Alright, Zen Headbutt wouldn't work, but basically those are the ones that are very, very quick to charge up the energy, and then you can Dynamax quicker. So Ho-Oh, alright, doesn't have it, but the best would be Steel Wing or Extra Sensory, which is 1 second. Yeah, which is going to take a while. Alright, so it takes 2 times longer to charge the max meter as compared to using whatever Pokemon that was mentioned above. Not only that though, like there's more details here that Sora put into it, but as a Dynamax attacker, it's not really the best fire type. Neither is it the best flying type. So like we already have access to Moltres, Dynamax Moltres, which definitely it will hit harder as a fire type, but you have access to Gigantamax in Cinderace, which definitely will hit even harder as a fire type attacker. So like instead of as a fire type dealer, Ho-Oh faces tough competitors against Gigantamax attackers in Gmax, Cinderace and Gmax Charizard. Alright, and I must fall behind those. So as for as a flying type attacker, you're not going to use it as a flying type attacker because it has it doesn't have flying type fast move, right? But basically you're going to lose to those. So if you look here, there's actually a percentage comparison. Dynamax Ho-Oh is ranked 6 as a fire type attacker. If you use it as a pure attacker, meaning and Dynamax phase, you change it into that. It loses to Cinderace, to Charizard, Gmax forms. Dynamax Darmanitan, Dynamax Moltres, Dynamax and Flareon. Alright, the worst one is Dynamax Cinderace, which is 28%. It's 28% weaker than Gmax Cinderace. As a psychic type attacker, because it has extra sensory, it loses to Dynamax Alakazam by 13%, loses to Latios by 12%. Latios has access to Zen Headbutt, hits really hard. Unfortunately, it's, like Dynamax Ho-Oh is like rank 5 right now, even behind of Dynamax Metagross. Alright, but as for a steel type attacker, because of its steel wing, alright, it's still way behind of Crown Formation. 39% behind of that, and behind of Dynamax Metagross and Dynamax Excadrill. Crown Formation is just on a different level, hence why you guys can see a huge difference in damage output. So basically, as an attacker, it is not really that good, but the final summary and final thoughts by Sora, he basically say Dynamax Ho is not recommended as a max attacker, alright, but you can use it as a tanker, as a defender, alright, against the grass, the bug, and whatever typing over there, but I will still use it against grass and bug because Zamazenta would actually be better against some of those typings. But of course, fire will be super effective, ground will be super effective, fighting was super effective, so we have to see how it goes also. Alright, but that's basically it. Basically to summarize, if you're asking me whether a Ho-Oh is a Pokemon you should go after, I would say yes, but not too crazy. You can use it as a tanker in the future to fight grass type or even bug type Pokemon. And then it will make things much easier for you to actually do Gigantamax or Dynamax battles in the future against any grass or bug type moves Pokemon. But as an attacker, no. There are many better options as what we have just seen over here. Alright, but hopefully you guys have gotten info about the Dynamax Ho-Oh weekend, and Princess and I will be here in Dubai to play the weekend with the community over the community day on Sunday, but tomorrow being a Saturday, our family is still here, my family is still here, and they only go back on Sunday morning, which then we'll be free to hang out with the community and whatsoever. So hence why we're extending our stay by another 4 days to hang out with the players over here. Alright, but that's it from me, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely remember to leave a like on the video. Be much appreciated. Thank you very much. And also, whoever is in Dubai, if you want to come and join the group, definitely come and join us. I'll post the details on my social media soon, so more information will be given out about a day before the event itself, because I'm still coordinating with the group to see where exactly we'll be doing the meetup and everything. Alright, but so far right now, it's supposed to be at Ibim Batuta Mall. Okay, if you guys are here in Dubai, see you there on Sunday for Com Day and also Dynamax Ho-Oh. Alright, so that's it from me, man. I'll see you guys in the next episode in the next video. Alright, so goodbye.